Hi, everybody. It's Jenny Spinner, Chief Editor of Snack Food and Wholesale Bakery, and I'm here with Liz.
Liz Parker Coon, Senior Editor, Candy Industry and Snack Food and Wholesale Bakery.
And it's 2026, and we would like to talk about the new product highlights from all of 2025. Producers like you were kind enough to send us just tons of fascinating, fun, innovative, sometimes weird. Um, no names mentioned on the weirdness. Uh, Products that are worth talking about. And we took, Liz and I each took a bunch of time going through all of the new products that came out last year. And picked, it was real hard for me, I can't speak for Liz, to pick out the ones that we think are not necessarily the best products, not necessarily the tastiest, but for whatever reason, trendy, innovative. A little bit fun, worth talking about. So, gosh, I don't know if I want to you should be reading our website and all the articles on a regular basis. We talk about trends a lot. But rather than talk about the trends over the last year, let's just get into it. How about it, Liz?
Yep, sounds good.
Hooray! And these are not in any order. They're not in time order. They're not in like starting at the least interesting to the most. It's just all over the place. I want to start with Mr. B Mothman chips. If you are not familiar with Mothman, uh, it's a creature that's known as a cryptid, a fictional creature, the stuff of urban legends. A good example is Bigfoot. Now, I know there might be a couple of you that believe that Bigfoot exists. He doesn't. But Mothman is this black flying moth-like humanoid creature that a couple actually regions claim. Chicago, my hometown, claims him. People, I think they're joking, claim to have spotted him, and I believe somewhere in the East Coast, people say that no, Mothman is mine. Well, Mr. B, who has a lot of fun, they're a smaller chip company that have a lot of fun. They've done biscuits and gravy and some wacky stuff, in addition to traditional chip flavors. They came out with Mothman chips. Do they taste like Mothman? Who's tasted the Mothman? Nobody. But by taking cryptid, and I think they used the phrase Mothman inspired flavor. And they weren't sampling these at Sweets and Snacks, so I still have not had these. And I think they're off the shelves now, but it was just fun, and it's pretty rare for a product to be hitting my social media. Like friends were posting about this on Facebook before we even wrote about it. That's pretty cool. So that seems to indicate to me that this was a smart move on their part to come out with something that's fun because it went viral and got attention. Liz, you didn't have a chance to try these, did you?
No, I have still not tried these. I know Mr. B, are they in Pennsylvania,
I
right?
think
I
so, yeah. I
believe.
know they're East Coast, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm
I
sorry, I don't have the address of all of our producers memorized. I apologize.
yeah, I think I've never even seen this brand on the shelves actually because I think I'm wondering if they're more like regional.
I
But I
think
thought
so.
the idea was really fun. It makes me think of the movie. I think Richard Gere was in that movie, right? The Mothman Prophecies.
One I still
So
haven't. I'm going to add that while you're talking. I'm going to add that
Yeah,
to
it's
my list.
I've only seen it like when it came out, but it was good, but I think it was a interesting chip idea and it's really interesting. Like I usually only see things on my personal social media like Facebook versus LinkedIn. If it's like a big thing, like if it's like an Oreo release or something, usually my friends are like, "Oh, I want to try this." So I think
Yeah,
it's really interesting that you saw people posting about it before we even wrote about it.
yeah. Well, enough about the Mothman. Liz, what is your first 2025 product?
So keeping with the theme of viral trends, so BJ's Brewhouse, I think they're called, and restaurant, they have something called a Pizookie. And in our last meeting, I believe our publisher was like, what is a pizookie? So a pizookie, let me explain first, is like a huge chocolate chip cookie pie, and it's usually topped with ice cream and other stuff. And that's just BJ's like proprietary name for it, I believe. So they released something called a pizookie platter, and they emailed me and they said, "Would you like to come in and try this pizookie platter?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Can I bring a guest?" And they said, "You can bring however many guests because it feeds up to like 8 people." So I was
It's
like,
mammoth, yeah.
okay. So I'm like, I will accept this challenge. So I went with my husband and my parents, and we all thoroughly enjoyed it. And we had well, initially we had leftovers, and then we're like, let's just finish it. So this is still one of the top performing URLs on the snack food and wholesale bakery site. I did some research into it. It was pretty interesting. People were posting about it on TikTok and on Instagram even before it came out, because
Mhm.
I guess it had come out for like a very limited time beforehand, which is kind of smart. Almost give like a little sample to the public, and then everyone was obsessed with it. So I don't think they have this anymore. Unfortunately, I think it was a limited time thing, but it was nice while it lasted.
Mizuki, that's a signature dessert. I'm a dessert girl, and I realize that food service, unless it's a food service the outlet that is specifically geared toward that emphasizes sweet goods. Um, Sit down restaurants don't normally make a big deal out of desserts, but BJ's has gotten people in the door, and not just with this Bazooki. Again, I've heard people talk about the Bazooki on like podcasts and things like that about how much fun it is and how big it is. Shared desserts are a fun thing for me, but yeah, it went so viral. I mean, it's been consistently getting so much attention that if you've looked at our e-magazine, Liz puts together the digital highlights, and one of the things is the most viewed things for that month. Um, we, because it was topping the articles for months and months and months and months. Um, not just, I mean, it's not, it deserves love and attention, but we decided to, if we are posting the top page views for, say, the month of February, we will take the things that are actually posted from February 1st to the end of February to more accurately reflect the content for that month. Because otherwise, I suspect that the Pizookie platter would be the top of the list until the end of time. We should give it like a special lifetime achievement award or something. But the reason why I agree with Liz that this is worth talking about is restaurants are struggling, and they can only discount their food so much. It is ridiculously cheap. Some of the things at Applebee's, the platter and the meal deals that they're offering to get people in the door. So you can bargains, innovation. I would call this innovation, but also like stunt food. Um, it's so big that it's hilarious, and you kind of want to see it in person. And it's been really successful for PJ's or BJ's, sorry, uh getting this mammoth fun dessert really brought people in the door in addition to getting TikTok views. So that's well done. A bakery good helping a restaurant increase its revenue. Um, so my next item, uh, Dots Homestyle Pretzels, which, if you're not familiar, uh, Dots is a brand that Hershey purchased. And since Hershey brought Dots pretzels into the fold, they've kept the personality, they've kept the upright pouch packaging, and primarily upright pouch packaging, but they've diversified the flavors. And the latest flavor, Liz, I think you got the same package when they announced it at Sweets and Snacks. Hershey and some other producers will give you this plain packaging with like a laser printed sticker on it. And that's how they presented Dot's Buffalo flavor to us. And I didn't try it at the show. I took it home, and Buffalo isn't a new flavor. So the innovation of this flavor isn't why I picked it. I picked this because the buffalo flavor is spot on. It's actually spicy. Liz isn't a spice girl, but I am. And it's just, this is kind of an extension of the flavor innovation, the product innovation that Dots has come up with, or excuse me, Hershey has come up with, is notable. they've kept true to the homemade kind of like when your mom would add like packet of ranch dressing to pretzels and bake them in the oven. It's still got that like home style feel, but they're coming out with like crazy flavors. So um, making it a fun brand to watch.
Yeah, I do remember getting that in the Hershey Sweets and Snacks. I did not try it because, like you said, I can't do spice, but I
Yeah.
think I gave it to either my husband or my mother-in-law because my mother-in-law is a huge Dots fan. Um, I really love their garlic parmesan though, which they also I think debuted last year, or the year before that. That was like spot on, like garlic parmesan flavor, and it was great.
Yeah, I am still I whenever I visit a snack company, I'm like, can I go into your R&D lab and play with the flavors? Because I just cannot some of the companies that come up with a flavor, they're not just good, that they're accurate. Like there's Buffalo is a spicy flavor and Frank's Red Hot is a spicy flavor, but it's not just spicy. There's like a vinegar note to Frank's Red Hot and there's a certain mouthfeel to Buffalo. Um, I'm just amazed at the flavor wizards and what they can accomplish at snack and bakery companies. Oh, Liz, what's your next thing?
So speaking of flavor wizards and mashups, Chip City, which is a like a franchise, I think it's franchised, right? Cookie place. We don't have it in Detroit, but there's Chicago and some others
Yeah, I
in
went
New
to the
York.
opening of one in the Lakeview neighborhood, and again, if you buy a cookie, plan on either eating nothing else that day or sharing with a friend because they're big mammoth. But they have fun with flavors. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
step
So
on
Chip City did kind of a collab with Kellanova. They did a Pringlicious cookie. Sorry, which is fun to say, first off, Pringlicious. But secondly, in the picture it looked like a cookie, maybe it was like chocolate chip or like fudgy, and they put like crushed up Pringles on top, and I'm like, that looks amazing. I would love to try that. So I think that probably attracted some consumers because of the sweet and salty, I won't say swalty, sweet and
You did.
salty combo. I know I just did, but yeah, so that looked really good. So I hope it did well for them.
Yeah, I think that's a noteworthy one, not just because the people have I mean it's not like sweet and salty is not a combo that we're familiar with. Like how long have we been putting chocolate covered pretzels, for example, in our mouth? But this is not something that you typically see when you pick up a cookie from a bakery, whether it's a standalone or a chip company like that. Uh, or excuse me, a cookie company like Chip City. So this is really interesting with that combination, the salty and the crunch of the chips. But it's this is also noteworthy because it's the growing Chip City chain partnering with a Kellanova brand, and Kellanova is and this is something they've done before. They've had I know the Museum of Ice Cream, which is an attraction that's in a couple cities, Chicago, New York City. Had some Scoopalicious flavors at the Chicago location that were based on Pop-Tart flavors. And that's fun because people see the brand that they are familiar with and they love, and they gravitate toward it when they go to order. They might actually hear about, the Pringlicious cookies and make a special trip to Chip City just to check it out, just a curiosity. But it also gives Kellanova a boost because it's reminding people that, hey, Pringles are awesome and they're delicious when they stop at Chip City the other way. Um, I haven't tried these. If I ate all of the things that producers make that fascinate me, every time that they pique my interest, I would be very Jabba the Hutt shaped at this point. So I have to restrain myself. However, this one we've talked enough about. If they bring it back, I will try it. Or if I'm in the neighborhood, Chicago's Lakeview neighborhood, I might check it out. Um, my next thing, speaking of morbid curiosity, the Kardashians, whether you're a fan of Keeping Up with the Kardashians or the myriad side projects that the various members of the family have, you can't get away from them. Chloe, who spells her name Khloe, came up with protein popcorn. Protein, I mean, we're putting protein in everything. And it's something you can't escape that either, just like the Kardashians. Um, but yeah, the protein popcorn that she came out with, one of my LinkedIn contacts was like, why are they packing protein in everything? And why do I have to the Kardashians? Blah 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 blah. Well, sorry, dude. My doctor's telling me to get more protein. People are interested in increasing protein to work out, or whether or not it's their doctor told them to. Um, this has been doing fairly well based on they didn't Chloe just come out with a new flavor like a week or two ago? I
Yep.
think. Yeah, so it's the brand is growing. The brand in terms of reach, in terms of sales, in terms of retail expansion, but also Liz wrote about a collaboration with another brand with
Yep.
Chloe and the popcorn. And do you want to tell us about that?
Are you talking about the Starbucks collaboration?
Talk about the Starbucks thing. It's yes, another
Yeah.
company to take it away from.
Yep. So I got an email from Starbucks on my personal email. I used to go to Starbucks. I don't go so much anymore. Probably will go on my birthday though for the free drink
Yeah.
next week.
Oh, yeah, free stuff. Yeah.
Um, Yeah. So they were like, now featuring cloud popcorn, and I forwarded it to you because I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Because Starbucks, when I used to go, our offices, BNP offices, were like next to a mall, so it was very easy to just walk over there and get some Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
They, I was, when you're at Starbucks, you're like, oh, we've written about this company and this company and this company. It was like, all sorts of like better. It's mostly better for you brands, and
Yeah.
like, or either that or ones that are kind of perceived to have a health halo. So cloud would fit that box because of the protein. So I thought that was really interesting that they're partnering with her.
Yeah, and it's I mean, I guess Chloe could sit down in a factory and just inject each kernel of popcorn with protein juice, but it's whey protein isolate powder on it. I think I accidentally gave away the samples that I picked up at Sweets and Snacks or Expo West. I can't remember. I think she was at both shows. She, not personally. The company was at both shows, but you tried these, right?
I got samples and I still haven't tried them because I gave them to my mom who loves popcorn. But I think she said she liked them. I think she said it was good. And I just looked up the new flavor is cinnamon roll. So that will probably attract the people who like the sweet and salty combos.
So our next thing, out of all the things we went through, Liz and I picked completely different things except one. Um, Calbee, which if you are a snack aficionado like I am, you might be familiar with Calbee, known for two things. The Japanese company can often be found in H Mart and other Asian marts, shrimp chips and things like that. Jagariko potato sticks, super crunchy, but also in the Asian section of other grocery stores with those products. Um, and if you go to the produce section, their harvest snaps have a unique position. In my market, I'm trying to think. I think they're usually the little islands that have onions and things like that. They're positioned on the shelves below those produce items. So that's pretty unique for snack companies. But now, Calbee has come out with Asian-inspired flavors of potato chips for the American market. Uh, there's four flavors now. Oh gosh, the sea salt umami, which is sea salt chips, salty chips, not different, but the mouthfeel is a little bit more the umami feel that you get when eating soy and other things. The curry. Oh my gosh. They're really good. But the fact that they are tasty, and again, the flavor wizards did a really good job. I think they are noteworthy because Calbee coming out with products for the American market first is an interesting step. And yeah, Liz, you picked these two. Why did you pick them?
Yeah, I picked them for a few reasons. Like you said, coming out to the US market first was an interesting choice for them. I thought the flavors were really interesting. I tried these. I did think the sea salt was like it was good, but not like super like umami tasting. I think I remember liking the curry, and I don't think we've tried the spicy. I think the spicy one is in my basement right now, actually. Or maybe I left it with my in-laws, I forget. But I think the curry one was good, I remember. And Calbee has done like I know they do those honey butter chips that I love, but this is a little more variety, I would say. So I chose it because I thought the flavors were unique and I thought it probably resonated well with consumers.
Yeah, Asian chips are a thing that we're seeing more and more. I'm trying to think. Korean barbecue, Kettle brand has Korean barbecue. Spicy Thai chili, we've seen on everything from potato chips, store brand and name brand. Um, Spicy Thai chili Cheetos, those were real interesting. I can't remember if I liked them or not, but interesting. The finger quotes off of interesting. I don't remember if I liked them or not. But they seem to do really well. Yeah, consumers are interested in Asian flavors, just like they are international flavors in their snack and bakery products. And Calbee, an actual Asian company, coming out with those is really interesting. So, um, I agree with you that the curry was the best. I don't think that those came right out of the box, and my significant other and I just destroyed them. So we're not a product review site, but I will say thumbs up on that flavor, Calbee. Um, yeah, I'm getting hungry. So Liz, why don't we move on so we can get to the end of this and I can go eat.
I was gonna say, if you're getting hungry, the next one's not gonna help much. So this product came out when I was on maternity leave in August. It is a Dubai style chocolate brownie from Crumble. However, I've heard about it. At one point, I used to be like hyper focused on Crumble, not as a snack journalist, but as a consumer. Like every Sunday, I would log on to Instagram to get the flavors of the week, and then I would decide if I wanted to go there this week. I'm not so much like hyper fixated on them anymore, but when this came out, they sent me an email on my personal account, and I was like, oh, that sounds good. So a friend came to visit myself and my husband and our baby in like, I want to say it was that week in August, maybe like late August, early September. And she's like, what can I bring? Can I bring you anything? And she's also a Crumble fan. And I said, you can bring me the Crumble Dubai chocolate cookie, or sorry, brownie, Dubai chocolate brownie. And she's like, okay, what other cookies should we get? And we decided to just get all brownies. Like me, I think we maybe got one cookie and like five brownies. So her husband and her and my husband and I got to try them. And I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't a complete 5 out of 5 for me, but I thought it was like a pretty high, like 4. I thought they got the flavor done well. And what's interesting about this crumble is like they're definitely not moving away from cookies, but they're definitely incorporating more like brownies, little pies, little cakes, things like that onto their repertoire.
Yeah, there's a reason why Crumble is a frequently mentioned company on our faves or new product highlights. I my last job, I've been at Snack Food and Wholesale Bakery for going on 4 years now. My last job, about a month before I left, I would go into the office, and it was a dangerous location. If you are near the intersection of like if you're near, on Michigan Avenue, that's a dangerous place to work because the Fannie Mae flagship store is right there. Oh gosh, there's a Nutella Cafe down the street, which is right next to not in our market, but Nando's Peri Peri. Yeah, it's a dangerous place to work. But a month before I left, Crumble opened up, and I'm like, oh, I got to check this out. I should get a couple of cookies, and I'd never laid eyes on them in person. I had no idea that these are cookies enough to feed a family of four. Goodness, but the flavor spot on, and I know some people are not fans of cookies that are mushy in the middle, like softness. I like my cookies underbaked. When I make cookies, I deliberately underbake them. So crumble, as big as they are, I think this is by design. There's a give in the middle. It gives them a range of textures, crispy on the outside, crunchy on the inside. Um, this is a brownie. So it's good that I am not I mean, there's a west of me, like 3 or 4 miles west of me. If I get in my car and drive, there's a crumble within easy striking distance. Good that they're not closer because the innovations that they come out with would have me eating crumble way more often than a woman in her 50s should be. The Dubai craze is not going away. I think we might even call it evergreen at this point, but Dubai style chocolate has been around for a couple years now. It's growing. Crumbl came out with this brownie in August. I didn't try it, but I am all for because I love pistachio. I love chocolate. Putting those two things together in the varied textures. Another thing that I haven't tried yet is I'm going to bring up ice cream. It's not in our market, but Jenny's has a Dubai sundae where they take their pistachio macaron flavor and they put some stuff on it and kind of like replicate it in ice cream form. Um, I'm all for it. So, yeah, is there going to be another sweet flavor trend that dethrones Dubai style chocolate stuff? I don't know. I don't want it to though, because I'm a fan. I'm getting very chatty today. This is going to be a 3 hour long new product video. Stick to the end, you win a prize. My next thing is Pringles came out with three limited time flavors that are exclusive not at Target, Walmart, Albertsons, I think sometimes does exclusive flavors with some companies, smaller companies. But for Pringles to come out with LTOs exclusively at Pilot, Pilot is a gas station attached convenience chain. Um, I I don't even know if there's a Pilot near me. But that is an interesting approach to get people to visit a Pilot to pick up these exclusive flavors. Um, the flavors are fun. I've seen seven layer dip and the other flavors in other forms and other snacks. Combos did a really good seven layer combo snack. But yeah, the exclusivity at a gas station is a fun approach. This is Kellanova is all over this one. I didn't mean to do that, but well done, Kellanova. Thanks for keeping things interesting. Liz, what did you think about these?
I agree with you. I thought it was an interesting move to just premiere it at Pilot. So you asked if there was one near you. I don't know about Chicago, but I mostly stop at a Pilot when we are going to Indiana to see my in-laws. They have some in like very South Michigan, I want to say, or if not, it's like Ohio, Indiana on that route. Um, and they have sent me some fun little like we've written about them before too, so they've sent me some fun little like basket type things. But I've tried they sent me these. I tried the dill pickle. They were actually really good. They were like very like herb tasting versus just like pickly tasting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the others I liked, I don't know if I tried all of them. Let me see. I think I tried the seven layer dip. I don't know if I tried the potato skins, loaded potato skins. But I thought it was an interesting move to just like have it as a pilot exclusive.
Yeah, it adds like our Liz and I are various conversations about LTOs, they drive excitement about a brand. People have their favorites, but they also like to try something new. So Kellanova keeps us on our toes as food journalists. Um, Liz, it's your turn.
Yep. Speaking of LTOs, the next company I feel like is the king or queen of LTOs because I've made this joke before. I think they just lock their food scientists up and say, we need more, keep going. So Oreo came out with quite a lot of LTOs last year, but my pick was the Selena LTO. My reason I'm choosing that is because I saw them on shelves like during their run, and then I saw them on shelves for a while, which I guess could go either way. It could mean they're on shelves for a while because they, didn't do well, but I took it to mean like they were so popular that they kept selling out and, coming back. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And I think I said this, but it's the Selena Oreos, and she had her name on it. And I think there was another kind of interesting thing, right? Like there was a special Oreo that not all of the packages had. So that was kind of like an extra thing to look for.
Um, I, I don't mind admitting that I am an Oreo fan. And now that I'm a snack journalist, I'm not just a fan of the Oreos and eating them, but the amount of fun and innovation that Oreo has with the flavors and the partnerships. This is one of two recent musical collaborations. Selena is comes after another Post Malone collaboration. Um, Oreo comes out with lots of different flavors. Um, they also collaborate in a way that's thoughtful. This is another trend worth watching. Rather than just slapping Selena Gomez's adorable face on the package, I don't think her face is even actually on the package now that I've said that. Working with the celebrity and coming out with a product that's got their personality integrated into the products. These Oreos are horchata flavored. Selena is Latina. She's a musician. There's a musical aspect. There was a whole social media and website and an app interacting with that. Another thing I like about the Selena Oreo partnership is the different shapes, the different decorations on the cookies. But also, one of the things that I wish is that there were smaller packages available of the various Oreo flavors. So I can like because any package I bring into my house is a single serve package. I can't say no to Oreos and I can't stop. So the fact that at the same time they launched the Selena Oreos, they came out with a multi-pack carton. So you could bring them home and you could stick one in your purse and take it with you. Um, and one of the places that I like to stop for always has a regular supply of single serve cookies and smaller packages of things that I can try without going nuts when I go home. They had I think it was a sharing size, but not a full size package of Selena's. Um, so Mondelez, in addition to the flavors, in addition to the partnerships, the packaging configurations that they come out are very thoughtful and diverse. So that makes them fun to follow. Another Kellanova thing that I want to bring in. We've talked about Kellanova. We've talked about protein. Here's Pop Tarts with protein. They are not strictly better for you, but if Chloe can put protein on popcorn and we can have protein in everything from, we're starting to see clear liquid beverages with a significant amount of protein. Um, Pop-Tarts are another product that I'm a fan of, and if I'm going to go ham on a package of Pop-Tarts, having added protein makes me feel a little bit better slash less guilty about indulging because there's a health benefit to it. Again, I haven't had these yet. Pop-Tarts are a thing that I don't typically bring in my house because I will eat a lot of them. Yeah, Pop-Tarts with protein. Crazy. Not too crazy.
I think it's an interesting move by them, because protein is hot right now, like you were saying, protein's in everything. So you like if you are looking for like a better for you type breakfast, you might not necessarily look at Pop-Tarts, but that might garner a second look because of the protein aspect.
Yeah, and I've talked to Kellanova about a bunch of their brands recently, but I didn't talk about and I've talked about Pop Tarts in the past, but not about this specific release. One of the things about somebody whose doctor has been like, hey, get more protein in, there's the conventional route, there's protein bars. But one of the things is somebody who cannot possibly get enough protein. I like having the option to turn to something that's fun and indulgent. Pop Tarts with protein. General Mills has partnered with Ghost, which is Ghost is probably better known for their workout powders and drinks and things like that. Uh, Ghost has partnered with General Mills to come out with high protein cinnamon toast crunch, Lucky Charms. I think those are the two flavors that they've come out with yet. But so I am getting to have kid cereals. I'm a weakness for kid cereals with protein. So Pop Tarts with protein would fall into that same category. It's a treat. It's got nostalgia, but also protein for I might be a kid inside, but I'm also a very old kid and I need protein. So thank you, Kellanova, for that. Are we out of products yet? Oh no, we got more. A couple more. It's your turn.
Yep. So my next one was, I think it was by Nestle, Tombstone. brand, and it was intriguing when it came out in June, and I still haven't tried it. I haven't seen it on the shelf, although to be fair, I wasn't really looking. It is a Tombstone French fry style crust pizza. And that was the first pizza I've ever seen with like a French fry style crust. So I'm still very curious like how it fared with consumers, and I would try it if I saw it on shelves, but I want to say it was an LTO. I'm not entirely sure on that.
I'm not in the frozen pizza aisle too often, although every once in a while, and I'm like, I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like ordering. I'm on my way home. I just want to pick something quick and easy. So frozen pizzas, um, especially since I've talked to so many people that do fun things in the frozen pizza section for this job. This is one I don't think I've seen in the store. It could be because my timing's off. Yeah, people having fun with the pizza format. And spoiler alert, my next thing falls into this category. Frozen pizza is diversifying, adding flavors, adding international twists on pizza in addition to the traditional toppings. Um, Playing with the crust in a way that's not, is it gluten free? That's a good question. Another thing is people who don't eat gluten looking for fun products. If this falls under that, that's a good move too. But I'm gonna have to look after this and maybe edit this part out because I sound like a dork. Um, Maybe pause for a second. So yeah, when frozen pizzas have fun with crusts and toppings, that's something that could pique consumers' interest because again, consumers want traditional, familiar, but they also want new things. Speaking of new, this is a partnership between Kellanova. Uh, Sorry, we're spending so much attention on Kellanova, but they did some fun things last year. Cheez-Its are a familiar brand, and Kellanova has partnered with different food and food service brands with Cheez-Its. The Cheez It Tostada thing at Taco Bell. That was fun. This is a partnership with Palermo Villa, who does some really interesting LTOs and partnerships with movies like Stranger Things with their surfer board pizzas. This is basically it's pizzas giant Cheez-Its. They had to reformulate because if you tried to put just a giant Cheez-It as is in the conventional cracker format that they use, I don't think it would endure the assembly product at the plant or its assembly process at the plant, the baking process. It might sog a little bit, but again, the pizza scientists at Palermo Villa came up with a giant cheese it that replicates the color of the shape. I think the texture pretty well. It's fun, and I think it might have been intended as an LTO, but it's had some staying powder because I just bought one not too terribly long ago on one of those frozen pizza days. Um, it's interesting. It's a fun collab. Liz and I love collabs. And it's an interesting brand extension. That's the word I was looking for of Cheez It, reaching from the cracker aisle to the pizza frozen section. Um, Again, that's it's fun to watch what Kellanova does. It's fun to watch partnerships, and Palermo Villa is also a fun company. Hello, everybody at Palermo Villa. Liz, you tried these, right? I think we've talked about these before.
Yeah, we talked about them. I guess it came out in May. I still haven't tried them, and I think I said that, and I stand by it now. I would definitely try them because Cheez-It is one of my favorite salty snacks. I'm a little OG. I love the original flavor more than the other ones, although white cheddar is pretty good too, actually. But I would definitely try this because, like, pizza on a Cheez-It, even though it's reformulated, like you said, that sounded great. So yeah, if they're still around, I'll have to keep an eye out or
Yeah.
maybe look
Um,
around.
yeah. Liz is in Detroit. I'm in Chicago. So sometimes things the distribution is doesn't always match up, but they're in at least they were like a week ago in my Albertsons Jewel in Chicago. So hopefully Yeah, what grocery stores do you shop at?
Yeah, we don't have Jewel, but we've got like Meijer, Kroger, Whole Foods, what else? Fresh Time, stuff like that.
Yeah, I have to go out and do errands later, so I'm talking about this is like I'm hungry, but my brain is like the last thing we talked about, the cheese it crust, so that might be dinner. Uh, but gosh, it's been 2025 was a fun year, and we're only a few days into 2026, but already the new products have been coming at us fast and furious. So be sure to tune in about a month from now when we talk about the product highlights from January, because it's fun for us to talk about. And I'm sure it's, well, I hope it's fun for you to listen to Liz and I ramble about them. But in addition to watching our videos, thanks for that. If you see anything on the shelves, or if your company comes out with something that you think is worth talking about, please feel free to email it to me. You can email it to me, spinnerj@bnpmedia.com, or Liz. Liz is
Yep,
long.
Parker Kuhn E at bnpmedia.com.
Yeah, and we'd love to take a look, maybe talk about it, and maybe eat it. But until next time, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Yep, see you later.